It's dinner time for the Eaglets with the Friends of Big Bear Valley's live cam. And Sean, you've been watching this all day.
Yeah, it looks like sushi again for dinner because they definitely like their fish, don't they?
Love it.
And they catch lots of trout. I'm sure a lot of trout fishermen are like a little bit jealous because they seem to nail some really good size fish. But yeah, there they go again. A bit of wind out there. We do have a wind advisory for a chunk of our region, also down into Southern California the next couple of days. So let's hope the tree stays. I would imagine it will because it's handled a lot of bad weather, but let's hope it stays relatively wind-free all night long. And there's our wind advisory through early Sunday. And of course, with the northerly flow developing the last couple of days, we get this, lots of warm temperatures. In fact, these temperatures by Monday may actually go up. We may see tomorrow not really being a big effect, but by Monday we get a little boost. Might actually be putting some 80s on the map, maybe even for some areas pushing the 90-degree mark, and that might make it the warmest day of the year so far. Wind are issues right now. We're watching this through the evening into early Sunday. The gusts are there. They're definitely out in the water, especially. We're getting some 30-mile-an-hour plus gusts, but for now it looks like it's fairly tame. Watching, of course, the middle of the country. This is the time of year where the weather volatility can just go through the moon here, through the roof, I should say, and that's because of all the conflict of seasons. We've just entered spring, and that means we get the big temperature contrast. So you can see like Oklahoma City to Kansas City, and then back up toward Denver and Minneapolis, you get these little areas where you get that line of real contrasting temperatures. Then you add a storm system, which you can see in the Rockies and the northern plains, and of course you get your tornado alley, and of course down into the deep south you can of course have the same type of weather, which we are world famous for. We have some of the worst weather in the world when it comes to those volatile thunderstorms. All right, storm track well over the top of us. Of course that means that we see a lot of this, some high clouds, yes, and some lower level fog, but the really severe weather, anything heavy duty, is well to our north and well to our east. Of course, isn't expected to last forever, but for now we expect to see warming through Monday, and then beyond that, watch what happens right here. We do have other storm systems out there that will start to approach the region. So through about maybe Tuesday, then everything starts to break down, and we see some cold fronts beginning to at least get close. And by next weekend, a little hint that maybe we get a shower or two, and that would be right there. It doesn't look like it's overly promising. And then possibly about 10 days out, we see something that right now the weather computers are kind of bouncing around with moderate to heavy, but of course that could all change as we get closer through next week. We'll sort of update that possibility. All right, there's our forecast as far as cloud cover in the next couple of days. Really not much to talk about. Patchy fog, of course, is possible this time of year with the cold ocean warming inland. That starts to draw into marine layer, so we'll keep an eye on that. And of course, the wind through tonight, watch this, and then by tomorrow it starts to really drop off. So the good news is this won't be a very long winded wind event. And there's your temperatures. Cool mornings, not too bad. Another nice day tomorrow, but now watch what happens. Watch all the oranges on the map kind of lighting up as we go toward Monday afternoon. There it is. Look at all the 80s out there, and maybe even all the way to the coastline. And that's because we expect to see just a real quick north, possibly northeast wind event. And of course, that means we get the warm weather all the way out to the shoreline. All right, there's your forecast. As far as Sunday, it looks beautiful with a lot of 60s and 70s. Not really seeing an 80 out there, but we will expect to see at least some mid to upper 70s, as you can see right there. Surf, we'll go look. Let's look at Ventura first. There's your temperatures. Surf is a bit small out there right now, but there are expected more swells are lined up out of the southern hemisphere and some northern hemisphere energy still. And there's your forecast. Again, we'll start to cool things off Tuesday, Wednesday, heading toward next weekend. Maybe a sprinkle, possibly beyond that, a better chance of maybe some heavier rainfall. We'll be right back.